Hello, my name is Suzanne and I work for Groundwork, and today I'm going to talk to you about making homemade cloches and propagators. So a propagator is like a mini greenhouse, whereas a cloche was traditionally a glass-shaped dome that was put over an individual plant to protect it. So both of them now are used to protect seedlings and to protect individual plants from the cold weather. So to start with, we're going to make our own homemade cloches, and to do that we're going to use plastic bottles. Now the clear plastic bottle obviously will let a lot more light through than the opaque plastic bottle, but they'll both protect your seedlings and your young plants and give them warmth. So what we do is we cut them in half to end up with two pieces. So when you cut your clear plastic bottle in half, you have a dome shape that doesn't have any ventilation, or you have the top of the bottle that's still got its lid on it. So on a warm day you can take the lid off for ventilation and let airflow covering your young plant, and then in the evening when the weather is cooler you can put the lid back on. And the same is over on this side with your opaque one. You can either have a dome shape with no ventilation, or you can have the ventilation from taking the top off your bottle. So now I'm going to show you how to use this in practice. So I've got my cut plastic bottle and I'm going to put it over my plants, either in the ground, or as you can see I'm using a container. The seedling that's just started to grow here, so I'm going to put this plastic pot around the seedling, covering it over. And there should be another one coming up just here shortly. So again, push that into the ground to secure it. And then I'm going to put extra soil around the edges of each pot to make sure they don't blow away. So you can use soil or you can use straw to do this. Straw actually is quite good because it keeps the heat in too. Okay, so here's my mini cloches ready to go. So next I'm going to talk to you about propagators, homemade propagators. At the supermarket you can get lots of plastic clam-shaped containers, mainly in the bakery department, that you can use then as a mini propagator. So this one is a cake case, so you can put a small layer of soil in and let the seedlings grow quite tall in this one. This one is the mini cakes, so sort of flapjacks and brownies, that sort of thing you'll find in containers like this, but again you can put a small layer of soil in and let the seedlings grow. And then this one is a muffin container that's got 4 individual sort of cups that you can grow seedlings in. This one is actually from the vegetable range, and this was a flat tray. It had cauliflower in one side and broccoli in the other side, and what I've done is snip the edges so that I can close it, and I'll sort of secure it with a peg. Once you've got soil in one side, then it will hold it flat on the ground. So here's one that I've already filled with soil. I can scatter my seeds in here, secure the lid, and as the seeds start to grow they'll actually breathe and it'll condense the plastic, and you'll get a bit of an ecosystem going there. So hopefully it will keep it fairly moist, although you might need to, on a very dry day, just top it up with water. Last week I used a plastic tray from a supermarket to sow some wildflower seeds, and to protect it over the cold nights that we just recently had, then I've got another plastic tray that I just put over the top and just secure it down with a few pebbles so it doesn't blow away overnight. Also last week I planted some bean seeds in some toilet rolls, and because the nights have been quite cold recently, then I'm going to put the container in a plastic bag, and hopefully the plastic bag will also sort of be like a mini propagator or a mini greenhouse. And finally, a mini polytunnel. So here I've got some radish that are growing. Unfortunately, I didn't protect the seedlings when I first put them in, and there should be a line of lettuce growing here too. It did get eaten by the birds, unfortunately. So now I'm going to resow the lettuce and protect it. So I've got some chicken wire here that will definitely stop the birds from getting in. But to make it into a mini polytunnel, I'm going to cover that with a cut plastic bag. So I'll just use the clear side. I won't be using the side that's got the writing on it to make it a nice clear plastic for the sun to get through. Alternatively, rather than chicken wire, you can cut a wire coat hanger and use the wire coat hanger to make your polytunnel arches, and again cover it in cut clear plastic, either an old bag or a dust sheet that you can pick up from little DIY stores. So that's the end of today's session. Hopefully you've picked up a few tips to make sure that your plants grow well in the spring and protect them from the cold nights. Thank you. Hopefully see you again.